The tragic fate of the Tsavo man-eaters' victims, a deadly encounter with lions. In the late 19th century, the construction of the Kenya-Uganda Railway brought people from various corners of the British Empire into the African wilderness. Among the most infamous events in this undertaking was the horrifying tale of the Tsavo man-eaters, a pair of lions responsible for the deaths of dozens of workers over the span of several months in 1898. This unsettling episode involved some of the most notorious lion attacks in history and forever left its mark on both local lore and Western literature. The railway and its deadly threat. In March 1898, the British started building a railway bridge over the Tsavo River in Kenya, an area that was home to many dangerous animals, particularly lions. This railway, sometimes called the Lunatic Line due to its dangerous construction process, was part of a larger project to connect British territories in East Africa. The British government hired thousands of Indian and African laborers to construct the railway under difficult conditions. Alongside threats from diseases like malaria and harsh weather, the laborers soon faced a deadly threat they hadn't anticipated: a pair of man-eating lions. Unlike most lions, which hunt other animals for survival, these two lions developed an appetite for human flesh. At night, they began to sneak into the railway workers' camp, dragging men from their tents. The lions would carry their prey away to the bush, where they would eat them. Over time, these attacks intensified, with the lions growing bolder and entering the camps more frequently. Panic swept through the workers, who were terrified of becoming the next victim. Many workers fled, leaving the railway construction at a standstill. Lieutenant Colonel John Henry Patterson, the lion hunter. The responsibility to protect the workers fell to Lieutenant Colonel John Henry Patterson, an experienced engineer and hunter appointed by the British government to oversee the construction. In addition to managing the railway project, Patterson took it upon himself to address the growing threat of the lions. Over the following months, Patterson set traps, built thorn fences around the camps, and spent long nights patrolling, trying to catch the lions responsible for the attacks. Despite Patterson's efforts, the lions continued their spree, claiming new victims. According to Patterson's later accounts, these two lions killed around 135 workers, though more conservative estimates place the number closer to 35 to 40. Regardless, the attacks were terrifying enough that they became a focal point of fear, myth, and speculation among the workers and beyond. Hunting down the lions. The lions that terrorized the Tsavo camps were unique not only in their behavior, but also in their appearance. They were male lions, but unlike the typical African male lions, these had no manes. They were larger than average and had a ghostly appearance in the moonlight, which added to their terrifying image. After several failed attempts, Patterson finally managed to kill the first lion in December 1898. It took 3 shots from his rifle to bring the lion down, even after a night-long chase. 3 weeks later, he killed the second lion, which also took several rounds before it finally fell. The end of these 2 lions brought relief to the camps, and construction resumed with workers feeling safer. Examining the unusual behavior of the Tsavo man-eaters. The Tsavo man-eaters are infamous for their unusual behavior, and to this day, they have left researchers with questions about why they targeted humans so persistently. Lions do occasionally attack humans, especially if their natural prey is scarce. Yet, man-eating behavior on this scale is rare, especially for such an extended period. One theory suggests that a disease outbreak, such as rinderpest, may have killed off much of the lion's natural prey, forcing them to seek other food sources. Another possibility is that the presence of large camps of workers attracted scavengers, drawing the lions close to the camps where they developed a taste for human flesh. Scientific analysis conducted decades later revealed that both lions had dental issues, which could have made hunting other animals difficult and painful. Eating humans who don't struggle as much as larger prey may have been an easier option. These findings help explain the lion's preference for humans and add another layer to the tragedy that befell the Tsavo railway workers. Legacy and cultural impact. The story of the Tsavo man-eaters gained international attention and inspired a lasting fascination with African wildlife, along with a healthy respect for the dangers it could pose. Patterson's book, The Man-Eaters of Tsavo, published in 1907, recounted his harrowing experiences and was later adapted into films and documentaries, most notably the 1996 movie The Ghost and the Darkness, starring Michael Douglas and Val Kilmer. Patterson's account captures the intensity and fear that surrounded the attacks, describing the lions as demons and emphasizing the courage and resilience needed to face them. The actual skins and skulls of the Tsavo man-eaters were preserved and eventually ended up at the Field Museum of Natural History in Chicago, where they remain on display. This display continues to intrigue and horrify museum visitors, as the remains of these lions symbolize the power and unpredictability of nature. Conclusion. The story of the Tsavo man-eaters is a vivid reminder of the complex relationship between humans and wildlife, especially when environmental pressures force animals into new behaviors. For the railway workers of Tsavo, the lions represented a relentless and terrifying threat that altered their lives in profound ways. This tragic episode serves as a testament to the risks and resilience involved in human endeavors to conquer nature, and the enduring fascination with it has kept the story of the Tsavo man-eaters alive for over a century.